Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Warped, the completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast, where we provide live audio commentaries to Star Trek episodes. My name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
Bleep.
Aaron.
And I am Minh.
No Shawn today.
No, what?
Guys.
Is this the first episode?
Dear Leader is not with us today.
He's not?
No.
Oh.
You may have noticed by the fact that there was more space on the couch.
Yeah, we're all laying down.
Oh my Jesus Christ! There's so much room in this room, and the air is thinner. I don't know.
We're all laying down like starfish.
Oh my God.
We're all sprawled out.
It's amazing.
So much space.
I have two butt cheeks, and each one has its own cushion. It's fucking amazing.
We are watching Star Trek 4.
Star Trek
The Voyage
4.
Home. Also known as the one with the whales.
The whale.
One
That's
with
the one.
whales.
When you're talking to non-Star Trek people, this one is the one that they inevitably remember because it was
Weird.
It has whales in it.
and it's a kind of, in a lot of ways, it's an un-Star Trek-y Star Trek movie because so much of it takes place on Earth. And it was a big hit and it was popular and people remember this movie, but they always call it the one with the whales. They're like, the one that I can remember seeing is the one with the whales.
One with the whales. That sounds like what a celebrity guest on The View would feel like.
That's the first one this is the first one I remember seeing in the theaters.
Yeah,
Do you remember liking it?
that tracks.
It made an impression on me. I
What year is this one?
was pretty young.
1986.
Yeah, so I was 5 probably.
Almost more than the whales. I remember this one being like showing the 80s.
Yeah. Well, we get some real good
It's really
80s
adorable.
80s scenes and
Titties?
no, but there's like
It's Star Trek.
It's not Porkies?
Yeah,
the
but
80s fashion you'll enjoy because there's a lot of very
they have
80s.
to blend in. With
Yeah.
There's some shoulder pads?
Well, I'm thinking about like the punk rocker
Oh yeah,
on the
yeah.
bus.
Oh yeah.
You know, all that stuff.
All right, let's start this.
All right, so we are watching
Nonsense.
the DVD of Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, and I will be pressing play in 3, 2, 1, punch.
And we're going.
There it goes. I miss the days of DVD load screens. Like I used to like those little animated menu screens.
That was pretty. That was a pretty good one right there.
They don't really do that anymore.
Of course, I had to say, like, the graphics and the screens look more advanced than the ones you see in the film, so it was interesting.
This movie doesn't have a ton of special effects because it's not, it's not. It's mostly set in the present.
Oh, yeah, so there's a dedication to the
So we're looking
spaceship
at the dedication to the Challenger. This movie came out
that year.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, the Challenger was the shuttle that blew up with the. It had the teacher
Yeah.
on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Very sad. Very sad.
I watched it in class.
Yeah, I remember that was something.
Yeah, everybody did because the fact that she was a teacher was like the big promotion for that flight was that every school kid in America was watching that flight that day. That's why everybody remembers where they were when that happened.
Yep.
So we are listening to we're not listening to. We are watching the opening credits. We just saw a Leonard Nimoy film. Leonard Nimoy directed this movie as he did Star Trek 3.
Oh, that's a fancy intro for the
I
title.
like it.
Yeah, it's nice. Let me give you the specs.
Oh, you
on
have
the
it?
movie.
Good.
Yeah, someone's got to take Shawn's.
I know. I forgot
Roll.
that.
Will.i.am is in this. I've waited a long time to make that joke.
It's all falling apart. Facts that aren't facts. No, we'll be.
Star Trek 4, directed by Leonard Nimoy, written by Nicholas Meyer, who wrote Star Trek 2, wrote and directed Star Trek 2, and Harv Bennett. Release date, November 26th, 1986. A Thanksgiving weekend release.
Just before somebody turned 6, Jacob.
Maybe.
No.
Although now that I think about it, we were in a place that wouldn't have movies
Until after.
until years later. So maybe I was as old as 8 or so.
The budget for this movie was $21 million. It made $133. It was a big hit. Until they started making those new JJ ones, this was the biggest money maker of all of the Star Trek movies.
They got my money.
Yeah, I can remember seeing this in the theater.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have.
Who has not? Aaron, I know you haven't. Has everyone else seen this movie?
Good God.
Yep.
What if I have?
I didn't mean in a bad way. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But we know
I know you.
You just dismissed her.
Correct. I've not seen this.
Yeah, okay.
She's clean.
She's clean.
She's not covered in.
This one has some really good
Not
jokes
covered
that
in
you're
nerd
gonna
slime
miss.
like the rest of us.
I'm just a different kind of nerd.
Yeah. I don't know what you were watching when this came out that Thanksgiving. That's what I want to know. What was this up against? That's what I want to know.
I didn't.
Is there any way we can
movies
find
a
that
lot.
out?
Yeah, well, I can tell you what the other
Big movies that
big
year.
movies of that year were.
86.
You guys want to try and guess?
Yeah, 86.
When did American Tail come
So
out?
Star Trek V: The Voyage Home made $133 million. It's
got to be in the top 10.
It was number 5 for that year.
Yeah.
So you guys want to try and guess what the first 4 are?
Ooh, was there an Indiana Jones that year?
No.
Okay.
Back to the Future.
No.
No. That was
RoboCop.
No.
That's
Number
89.
1, I'll give you a hint. Number 1 is it turned the star of that movie into the biggest movie star
Top
in the world.
Gun.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Top Gun.
nice. Good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Way
in
to
the
go,
zone
man.
just
Yeah,
then.
the danger zone.
Yeah.
I was in it.
Number 2, it was a very unsuspecting.
What is
The
going
captain
on right
here.
Yeah, there's that. He's
awesome.
an alien of some kind.
No.
Dude, I would so follow that captain. Pits of hell.
Is that Michael McDonald?
Yeah.
Man, the tanning
it to the streets.
the tanning technology has improved so much.
Yeah.
He looks
He
amazing.
needs
Look
some
at that hair.
Space sunglasses.
Nah.
Okay, forget.
How many necks does that guy's guitar have?
16?
It's infinite. It's a Mobius strip of necks.
Oh, I love seeing exterior shots of Starfleet stuff. That's cool.
So this is like in Star Trek 3, they're giving you a little bit of a reminder of what happened in the last one.
This looks like it's happening on Klingon network TV.
Yeah. UHF Klingon style. Oh, this is a trial.
Yeah, so what's happening here? I'll give you a quick plot intro, Erin. They blew up the ship at the end of the last one, as you can see right there.
And Shannon was like, oh,
I needed
yeah.
this reminder.
Oh yeah.
So what's happening now is that the Klingon ambassador, who we're about to see, is accusing Kirk of, essentially starting a war with the Klingons and by blowing up their ship and killing all of his people. This is a bit of a trial. They're sort of trying them for these what the Klingons are saying were like crimes against them. That's what's happening.
Okay.
I like that.
And there's a big thing. There's a big space thing that's making its way toward Earth. This is an energized cloud movie, except it's not an energized cloud. It's a big metal pipe.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the shape of the thing in this, how basic it is, but
Yeah.
it somehow is like it's more menacing in a weird way.
Yeah.
it's like
It's so simple.
It's like a
Got
big
some mass.
Yeah, it's just a cylinder, but
All right, so Top Gun.
Top Gun. Number 2 was a movie that you would not have expected to be as big of a hit. It was an unexpected smash hit.
Police Academy.
It's a sort of action comedy about a sort of fish out of water character who finds himself in a place where he's doesn't really fit in.
Turner and Hooch.
No.
what about Bob? Like,
Short
that's what-
Circuit.
No. This man is only famous for playing this character, which he did 3 times.
Ernest
and was
does
never
something.
heard from again.
Ernest does a thing.
Nope. But you're in the right.
Crocodile
Crocodile
Dundee.
That's it.
Dundee,
Wow. Aaron gets it again.
Crocodile
Yeah, she's a-
Dundee.
Dude, I was on it in 1986.
Dude, she was on
I
it.
just wasn't.
She's
Yeah,
she plugged herself into the zeitgeist of the era, and she never
I
unplugged.
stopped
Yeah.
at 5. I was
Yeah.
like, 5, you're not good enough.
Number-
I'm only the top 4.
Number 3 is a war movie. Big Oscar winner war movie that year.
Platoon.
Platoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Good job.
That was just on Oliver Stone.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4 is a teen-oriented sequel.
Porky's too.
No, more of a coming-of-age action type movie.
Come on, Jacob, you're up.
Stand by Me Too.
No.
European Vacation.
This is another one of those movies where the star of this movie is basically only known for being in these movies.
Nope.
Pretty in Pink.
It's The Karate Kid.
Oh.
Excellent.
Nice.
Star Trek 4 was number 5. Then you have Back to School, Aliens, The Golden Child, Ruthless People, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Wow,
Those are the
Back
top
to
10.
School. Man, I did not know that was such a
Big thing?
Yeah.
People could not get enough of Rodney Dangerfield.
I was going to say,
in the
Rodney
mid-80s.
Dangerfield.
You might say you're not giving him the respect he deserves.
Yeah.
It's almost as if no one gives him the respect
Yeah.
he deserves when you really think about it.
Yeah.
I've seen where he's buried. It's at that Westwood, that little tucked away one where Marilyn Monroe's entombed. Rodney's there too.
Is he?
Really?
How about that?
He's like sleeping with Marilyn Monroe now, so that's pretty good respect.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Well, you knew that the guy who I think he vacated it because it was getting expensive, but there was a guy who was above Marilyn, and he had arranged to be flipped, so he'd be.
Yeah.
Face down, yeah.
Oh, gross. Really?
Yes.
Oh, I wish you hadn't told me that.
So we was doing it with her, and in the post. Yeah. Well.
So Kirk and the gang have just taken a vote. They're still on Vulcan after having restored Spock to life. And they've just taken a vote that they are going to go back to Starfleet and face the consequences of their actions. Because remember, they stole the Enterprise. They basically have committed a bunch of crimes.
Who the fuck is
How
that?
much time has passed?
It's immediately afterwards.
Because they got the same blouse on. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you know that's Spock? Oh, you know. Oh,
I know,
You're just
but-
toying with people.
I'm toast.
That robe is the bomb.
Yeah.
Spock is
And his
taking a
haircut?
test.
This is a great spot.
You can pull that shit off.
Yeah.
Player one, press start. There you go.
Spock is taking a test to
quarter
see how well his
swallow it.
memory and knowledge have been restored.
But first, Galaga.
Yeah.
Yes, that man is playing Galaga.
Look at that 3D chest.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope he's
That's
not
some
facing
great
Trump.
3D chest.
You will fucking get owned.
Bernie won Nevada. As we're recording this, the Nevada caucuses were today.
Yeah. It's a caucus. Doesn't make any
Doesn't
goddamn
count.
sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I love those arcade games where you could play with multiple people. You're all shooting away or racing along.
So the rest
Those are
of
the
you
best.
didn't answer the question. When did you see this movie?
Oh, I don't know.
I think I
definitely
saw
not
it with
the
Jake.
theaters.
I think they took my money when they took his.
Yeah.
Probably. I think it was in. It was in.
And have you
Guam?
seen it have you seen it over the years more times?
Not many, once or twice.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it once or twice since then. I think I saw it.
So there's Jane Wyatt playing Spock's mother, returning. She played her. This is the same actress who played her in Journey to Babel back on the old show.
Nice. They got both of them.
Yep. And Sarek, we saw Sarek in the earlier scene at Starfleet.
Yep.
Keeping it tight.
Yeah, she is.
They all look great.
Yeah.
Was he the one up on that building from a distance? Or is that Spock?
Look at his game station back there, guys.
Yeah.
That's like a PC Master Race.
How many-
checking in.
How many Ataris does a guy need?
The reason this movie is about whales is because Leonard Nimoy was a huge activist for that.
Nice. Wait, look,
cause.
it's about whales? It's not just that there's whales in
It's
it?
literally
about
about
whales.
saving the whales.
Yeah, and it's literally about saving the whales.
So he was a huge activist for the cause of saving the whales, and so that was part of his getting him to come back and do this. Was he said that he wanted the movie to have a save the whales message, and it does.
Nice.
Boy, does it!
Boy, does it. It's like
Turns out if you kill off all the whales, a big metal pipe is going to come along
And
in a
fuck-
couple hundred years and fuck you up.
yeah, they're not into it. Here it is. That's the-
Inanimate carbon rod.
Yep.
Yep. It
Does
is-
have a certain charisma.
Yeah, it does. It's also got this ball. It's like
got the one ball.
It's got
It's a uniball.
It's the Lance Armstrong of carbon rods.
Nice.
It's a long distancer. Possibly abusing.
Good one, Philippe.
Yep.
That was a good one. Everybody liked that one.
There was one person who didn't,
We can
but
go
Except
home now.
Lance Armstrong, he's gonna come biking
he's
over
got
here.
bigger things to worry about.
No, he's gonna whoop your ass. He takes those things.
I'm just
personally.
gonna get into the 2-ball section of a restaurant where you can't touch me.
Has anybody in history gone from being so admired and respected to completely having their entire
Cosby, Kevin
life
Spacey.
and fall out of them?
Yes, lots of people.
Unfortunately, but I think I honestly he was the one person, and I don't usually do this, was kind of defended him. I was I want to see some actual evidence because I really wanted to believe in everything he was doing.
Yeah, and then it turned out he was a lying liar.
Yep.
He lies.
Yep. And so then I was convinced. I was like, fuck.
And that's when your inner child died.
I wasn't. I just think that it's easy to throw down accusations, but I like.
Herman.
Yeah,
That was a big one.
Yeah,
I think he recovered.
Yeah,
he covered more than most.
But
Because I feel like the
lost
thing
it
he
all in
did,
the prime of his career.
yeah, because I think the thing that he did is actually like, it was whatever. It was
a big deal at the time.
Yeah, but it was like at least nobody else was really getting hurt. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, I don't think he deserved all the crap, but I think because he had a kid show, it was like, what?
Yeah.
He was my boyfriend.
Yeah,
Who was that recent one?
I was in love with Pee-wee.
Jussie Smollett.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work out for him.
Yeah, there's like a new development in that, right? Or is there
I
something?
think there's been
They actually are prosecuting him, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Why did he do that? Just publicity?
I don't know.
That it doesn't make any.
It seems like a weird publicity
Whoa.
stunt.
I'm not comfortable with this right now.
Yeah, I told you.
See, now you're getting a glimpse of how the rod actually
Yeah.
I'd be
operates.
worried if that was
Jesus.
gonna
Yeah,
happen
why is he just
in the night.
why is he just dangling that thing out there like that?
Yeah.
It's
I like
very
the low ball.
intimidating.
That's like his Powerball. Like
Yeah.
all of his energy comes out.
I wanted to be the guy who designed it. Like, I felt like he had to come up with something.
What an easy job that guy had.
I think he sweated it for like months, and he said, "I got something, and don't worry, you can't see it yet. It's not." And he had nothing, and then the day before, it's like, okay,
I gotta put this down.
I gotta put this down, and then he
This
drew
is what
it.
I've been having nightmares about.
And he just drew a cylinder.
Yeah, and then at
With
the
a
end,
with a ball coming out of the end of it.
oh, he's like, "Oh, I forgot one part," and he drew the ball in, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Suddenly they liked it.
Yeah, they were like, "What the fuck is that?"
I don't know. As a designer, I feel like he went through like hundreds of iterations that they wanted him to try out before they were like, nah, it's just not working out.
Yeah, it was.
This lady.
Oh shit, the fake.
Fake Savick.
Yeah, fake Savick.
Although now she's in more movies than Christy, so
That's true.
who's fake?
Yeah,
Who's the fake one now?
she was in 2 movies.
She does have a good jawline.
Yeah.
It's
What
too
else is she
good.
in?
She was in Star Trek 3.
Yeah.
I thought you meant after.
Are you just counting the 2 Star Treks versus her 1 Star Trek?
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
what I think what he was doing.
I was just saying. I thought you were talking about cumulative movies across her career.
No.
No,
No, Kirstie Alley would win that one.
Yeah.
she didn't go beyond this. This is it.
Yeah, she didn't really.
She didn't?
No, I don't think she had a lot much of a career after the 80s.
Did she live long at least? If she didn't prosper,
Still alive.
no.
Pretty sure she's still.
All right. Well, half of the Vulcan slogan.
She continues to live,
Yeah.
if not prosperously.
Oh man, I'm having fun here.
This one, do they go back in time?
Yes, indeed.
Of course.
Didn't we
'Cause
just
it's-
talk about how the movie is set in the 1980s?
Yeah. We did.
Star date.
I did not take that in.
Star date 1980. What is the star date for 1980? That's
Actually, the tagline of the poster for this movie was Stardate 1986.
yeah. Sounds good.
That's cool. Yeah.
That is the date. Star date.
That is the star date.
So they are legit then? Like that just makes the star dates make less sense than ever.
I actually have, when we get to Correction Corner, I have some information for you about star dates and how they work.
What the hell is
That's what he was wearing. That's what they were wearing last time. So they
Yes. They don't
brought
have
the costume.
Oh, that's right. They have their like
They're wearing the same outfits they wore before. Because
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, they have to stay
immediately
lean.
after.
that's their dirty
Plus,
dozen
aren't they-
caper
Yeah.
costumes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna leave her there. And your career is officially
Yeah, that is it. We don't see her for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
That was her scene
That's
in
it.
this movie.
She's
Oh
done.
my God.
She's done.
Yeah.
And that
This-
was you could hear her career dying as
Oh.
the ship flew away.
You and your fancy like toadstool design. You should try being a cylinder. It's the best.
So the problem, Erin, is that the probe drains electricity when it flies by you. So it's sucking all these things dry.
Yeah, Wi-Fi is gone.
Wi-Fi is out.
Shit.
Holy shit.
Space doors closed.
Yeah.
Whose probe is this?
We don't know yet. It's a mystery.
Whose probe do you want it to be?
Yeah.
Let's just keep saying the word probe.
It seems like it's getting longer.
It's a volleyball, right?
That ball is also changing its rotation.
Yes,
every
it
now and then.
rotates back and forth.
I'm really.
You're really into it?
Oh, what the heck?
It's like, I'm gonna do the
Is it
thing.
fucking up the whales?
No, it is like
No.
It is like
It's
the
sucking up the
opposite.
whales.
It is like if you don't have whales, I fucking kill your planet.
Yeah, if you don't have whales, then what even are you? Do you even whale?
Yeah. Basically, it's like it doesn't like it if you don't have whales.
So they're just plotting to go back to
Yeah, it's a little. We're spoiling the plot a little bit. I don't know how much you care, Erin. If you
none.
get
She cares none, right? Come on.
Correct.
But it's good to you know.
So they are in their present time and they're plotting to go back to their Earth, right?
Not yet, but yes, that is what's going to happen. Okay. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. There's a lot of good comedy in this movie. This movie has a lot of great character stuff with McCoy and Spock, and
you won't quite get it without hearing the audio. Right?
Yes, it's not funny to look at, but it is it is funny to.
I don't know. I feel like Spock was on a spa vacation based on that robe, and he's just like got pulled into this, so like into a work thing. He's like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he's like,
he volunteered.
I just
to come
joined
along.
a cult, but I'll take time out too.
Yeah. I know.
He volunteered to come back.
Jesus, so much room in that sleeve. Holy Christ.
Yeah. That robe looks really comfortable.
It does.
Have to say.
I wonder if he still has it.
I would like to wear that robe. If I was going to cosplay as a Star Trek character, I would cosplay as someone who wears that robe.
Yeah, totally.
Not Spock, because I don't want to deal with the ears and the hair and all that.
Yeah.
I just want to be like a random person who also has one of those robes.
Yeah, exactly. Like you washed up,
Like your backstory.
Like an unnamed character.
Yeah, you're like,
who just happens to wear that robe as well.
Yeah.
The ears would be too much for you, Matt?
I mean, it would just be a hassle to get them on and
Make him look good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
my philosophy is maximum impact for least amount of effort.
It's a really good fucking philosophy. It's a really good philosophy.
You're like the 80-20.
You're just like the guy who designed this probe. He's like,
right,
maximum impact.
max impact,
low effort.
low effort.
Yeah.
What have you got for us, Phil?
Yeah.
Well,
you've been working on this for months. Yes,
I have. Indeed, I have.
Indeed. It has been months. I'm
just imagining him like standing up at the front of the boardroom table and like, now it's time for Phil to present his design for the probe. Phil, what have you got?
I mean,
Phil's just like,
he takes a long drink from his coffee.
A long sip of water.
Yeah, and we're looking at the numbers here, and we see we've invested like $50,000 in this design, which is a little bit high. I mean, it's basically 1/20th of the budget of this movie.
Right.
People have shown like the alien outfits they have, like the prosthetics.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
He looks
Somebody put
amazing.
some effort into that guy's makeup.
Tana Claus went up right before Phil, and everybody loved Tana Claus, and that guy was like, and now it's like Phil's turn to present the probe design.
Phil's just like, here it is.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Oh wait,
Ta-da.
this is the wrong blueprint. This is my industrial design for a fountain pen. It's like we love it. It's like, what? Oh yeah. Oh, this is the starship. Yep. This is.
This is the one my kid did. Oh, I mean,
He puts up the picture and the ball is pointing up and he's like, no, sorry, it's upside down. It's upside down. It's very important that the ball points downward.
Yeah. Oh, Phil. It's fucking brilliant, Phil.
Brilliant, man.
You did it again.
nailed it. God damn.
Jesus Christ. Everybody's
How do
like,
you do it?
how does it, like, there's some guy who's a rival to Phil who just like tears up all his work. He's just like, fuck it. I'll never be as good as Phil. I'll never be Phil.
The man's a legend.
So what's happening?
The probe is vaporizing Earth's oceans, and it's sucked all the power dry. So the president of Earth, who's that guy right there, president of the Federation, he's sending out a message to everyone who can hear him saying, "Don't come here because you'll get killed too."
You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever like screwed up and you had to go home and you're like, oh man, I'm going to be facing the music, but you get there and there's something that's much worse has happened and it's completely overshadowed the thing that, and now you're kind of off the hook because it's like re-perspectivized everything and you're just like, you're kind of in the back of your mind, you're like, yes, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Great grandma died. Oh, this is good. I mean, it's terrible, but.
You're no longer mad about my porn I shoplifted?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great. We have to go to the funeral? Fine.
Yeah,
fine.
that report card with all C's and D's, it's not so bad now. You just got a dose of perspective.
That's right.
That's what happens with ball and shaft comes your way.
Ball and shaft.
Ball and shaft.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for a jizz whale. I mean sperm whale.
Sperm whales, that's true. This Romulan ship layout is super cool. That like the Romulans are. Oh,
go ahead.
Klingon, sorry.
Jesus. So fucking racist. I mean,
they all look the same to me.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like the red.
Yeah.
Klingon. Erin, you didn't know either.
No, I was with you. I was like, yeah, it's a Romulan ship. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, she was like filing that away to pretend like she knew later.
She wasn't even doing that.
Yeah, no, she wasn't doing that.
They have a lot of like haze in the.
It's a very hazy ship.
Yeah.
This is the Saratoga, right? Or
with the HMS Bounty.
They've renamed it the Bounty because they've been charged with mutiny. A little joke.
It's a little.
But how did they get a ship at all if they're kind of on the hook for?
This is the Klingon ship that they took over at the end of the last movie.
Okay, gotcha.
Remember, the Enterprise blows up, and then they trick Maltz into beaming them up to the Klingon ship.
Yeah.
And then they take that ship. That is the same ship that they are on right now.
I don't like it when Star Trek has this much continuity.
It's a rare thing. So this is the
This is the third movie of the Genesis trilogy.
Also the fourth movie.
It is the fourth movie overall.
Here we go.
And this is only part one of us watching it.
10 hours later.
This is part one of the third movie of the Genesis trilogy, which is also the fourth.
You can just hear all the vaginas drying up.
So the downside of having all this extra space is that I'm in the crack of the couch.
Yeah.
You could go either.
Yeah.
You have room in either direction.
I know.
It's hard to get out now.
Jesus.
You know when you're in that deep crack of the couch, it's just like
Yeah.
This
You're
is
just
where I
like,
live
well,
now.
I guess I'll just stay.
This is
Yeah.
how life is now.
I know. It's like, you really just wanted sympathy, but anyway, you did not want like a prescription for.
You didn't want me to tell you what to do to fix the problem.
you start justifying it. It's like it is nice being held.
Maybe I love being in the crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you said they've been extinct since the 21st century.
Yes. So what they've figured out is that the message that the probe is sending down to Earth, which is causing all of this havoc with the oceans, is identical to the sounds produced by humpback whales. So they are figuring out that in order to communicate back with the probe to try and figure out what it wants and why it's doing what it's doing, they need to figure out how to talk to it in humpback whale.
Yeah.
The problem is that in the future, the humpback whales are extinct.
And they have no wave files
And
or
they-
CD recording.
They
And
do.
no supercomputers.
They do, and they talk about that, but Spock makes the point that we could play humpback whale sounds back to them, but we wouldn't know what we were saying because we don't know what the
We need to talk to a humpback
we don't.
whale.
He's like, it would be like knowing the being able to sound the words out, but not knowing what they
Wait,
mean.
but they have universal translators for all of these alien languages.
yeah, but they've never encountered this guy before.
Yeah,
He's
so,
new.
so they don't know whale stuff.
yeah.
They could just wait for Christy Alley to get to her like victorious, secret. Christy later years, no?
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on!
There's Nurse Chap.
She's
There's
a
Majel Barrett
multi-millionaire.
right there. There's Grace Lee Whitney, who played Yeoman Rand on the old show. They got a couple cameos in here. Apparently, Majel Barrett, who you'll remember is married to Gene Roddenberry, had more scenes in the original cut of this movie, and they cut all of her scenes out. That little scene we just saw with her is her only appearance in the movie. There's Jane Wheatland from
with some wacky hair. I like the hair.
I like the hair, man. Yeah.
Anyway, what was I saying?
You were saying Majel Barrett got her scenes cut?
Got her scenes cut, and apparently she was pissed, because, she's married to the boss. So I think she thought that her scenes would stay in the movie, but they did not.
Wait, they want to fit the whales in that space?
Yes.
That's a tiny space for a whale.
They're trying to figure out if they can go back in time, find some whales from a time when they still were alive, beam them up, and fly them back to the future.
Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a great premise for a movie.
It is a great premise for a movie.
Yes, I like this.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what McCoy is saying to him right now. He's like, "That's what you want to do," and Kirk's like, "Yeah, that's what I want to do."
He's like, "That's crazy."
McCoy's like, "That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard." And Kirk's like, "If you have a better idea, now is the time to speak up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're fucking going back to 1986, and you're coming with me, old man."
Yeah.
Hey, Bones, remember that time? And it was a real long time ago, but you had like an entire alien conscious inside of you.
Yeah, and we all risked our entire careers to save you.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Remember that? So yeah, let's go to the. Let's
you're
do-
you're
let's do
coming on the whale
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
You're coming on the whale.
Yeah.
Do I have to go to some of the wall gecko footage?
You owe us big, and you're coming along on the whale thing.
You would have been like removed from doctoring. The gecko could talk.
I need to post more images of wall gecko. I'm afraid people don't know what we're talking about.
Did we post pictures of it?
I think we may have, but it bears repeating.
Yeah.
On the Insta? The problem is I don't follow the Insta. I only follow the Twitter. So, but I don't remember seeing it on the Twitter.
We're going to attempt time travel. I hate when I have to tell that to my boss.
I know.
That was a good White Russian, man.
No,
That was
That was
really
a good-
good.
So
That
good
was-
that I already
yeah.
drank mine.
Mine's
And I wish I had more.
Yeah,
I know.
More.
rattle
Get
it.
more.
Show
Yeah.
it's empty. And
Yeah, wait, I got to
Waitress,
do mine.
waiter.
Jesus. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Sounds
Wait,
like
what-
people are rolling dice.
Is
up in
anybody
there.
keeping track of the time? Because we...
No, we're gonna wing it. No, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Is it red? Is it blue?
I'm just... I know we're just kind of getting warmed up, but I mean, I'm just like...
yeah.
You ready to take a break already?
Well, I want another White Russian.
I do too.
So I'm
I'll
just
make
like...
some
it sounds
drinks.
a
You
little
guys gotta talk,
desperate.
though.
Yeah.
Are you going to bartend?
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
So we're going to keep it going.
Min is a good.
A little
friend.
frap in mine, yeah.
Do you guys remember around this time in the 80s, there was like a recording, like a musician brought in the whale sounds? Do you remember that?
Yeah, there was,
It was really famous.
saving the whales was a big issue in the 80s, remember? They were on the verge of extinction. And so there were lots of like whale song
That's-
CDs and things like that.
That was a cause celebre.
But it was like
It was.
an
And it worked.
orchestra
We saved the
and
whales.
whale sounds
Some of-
together.
all gonna go extinct. I was gonna say.
They're not extinct now, though.
will.
But they're
Well,
still pretty
So
fucked.
far, we've managed to keep the whales
We
going.
keep them going longer. All we need to do is get them to the point when the probe comes, and then we can fucking
Yeah.
eat that shit up.
What's the star date?
23, I don't know, something. But I think we just got to wait around.
They don't actually say what the star date is in this movie, but so I don't know the answer to that question.
But you're talking about the initial
What's
start?
your educated guess?
4316, something around there.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
They changed the star dates between series, like how they worked.
Yeah.
They have a whole thing on this for correct when we get to correction
Okay,
score.
good.
So let's save it for
Snap.
the right moment.
Oh, they're slingshotting around the sun.
Yes. So there are a few ways to time travel in Star Trek.
Well, increasingly number.
You can go to the Guardian of Forever and jump through his magic portal, and that will take you back in time. This method that they're using, where they slingshot around the sun, we've seen them do this before. They did it in an episode of the original series.
Yeah.
So this is an established method of time travel.
The first
in
time
Star
it's
Trek.
ridiculous. The second time, it's established.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we get this little like dream sequence that they all have
no!
while they're time traveling.
Some CG shit going on.
Shared hallucination.
Yes,
That's
it's
far out, man.
It's some sort of vision that they
Fantastic,
have when
man.
they
Oh,
time
that's
travel. It's a whale.
the ship from the Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, he's got no junk. Oh no.
That's the perfect human.
Yeah.
Just,
Barbie style.
So because nerds love to complain,
Slow motion shot of seltzer water.
when this movie came out, a lot of nerds were like, "We've never seen when they did this on the old show. They didn't have a weird vision. Why are they having a weird vision now?" Like
That's the thing they complained about?
yeah, because they'll find anything they can find to complain about. That's how this shit works. People don't like Discovery because blah blah
shot.
blah. People don't like Picard because blah blah blah.
I love this shot with the red and Kirk just chilling.
Shatner looks pretty good in this one.
I know. He looks actually a little bit trimmer than he
I
did
think
in
he
the last.
lost some weight between the third one and this one because he has a big love plot in this movie. Like there's a romance in this movie.
Oh, that's right.
Him with,
With
a
a
whale.
whale?
I think he got himself. into romance and shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that Shatner?
He's like, I have to flirt with a pretty lady.
Yeah.
In this one,
Do you think he got the pills or the pump or what do you do?
I think he probably just went on a diet.
Oh,
I don't know.
Pulled out all the stops then.
Viagra hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
He must want to give having a son another crack. It feels like there's a recent absence. He's like, I should do it right this time.
Yeah.
So they've succeeded. They've arrived in 1986.
Yeah. They went around the sun just the right amount.
Just
Yeah,
enough.
Spock
I
did.
know.
Spock
I'm like,
did
how
the
do they
calculator.
know?
Spock did it. He's knows the math
Yeah.
Cool.
for how to do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
They couldn't have done it without Spock.
Yeah.
Good thing they had.
It's a good thing he decided to come along.
Yeah.
Yay! Receiving whale song.
Yeah.
Yep. So Uhura scans for whales. She hears them,
Oh, yeah.
and she's like, "Here they are. Here's what they sound like."
Ooh,
and everyone's
sounds
like,
good.
"Yeah, sounds like whales."
Let's beam one up. I like to think they killed a lot of whales before they finally figured out, like, oh, we should get some water and do some other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah.
So in that earlier scene where he was talking to Scotty, what he was saying to Scotty is, if we put walls up and enclose this like big storage bay area,
The dock.
would this be big enough for us to beam up a couple of whales and the water? They specifically mentioned the water, so they know that the whales have to be in water.
Cool.
In case
very
you were
smart of
worried,
them.
they did not
No.
know that.
Yeah, lesson number one we need to teleport them into a place that's big enough for them.
Right.
Because,
But let's talk about this scene because this is where he says there's time pressure because there's the dilithium crystals are all spent up because they're
So they
drained.
They went through time
Yeah.
travel. See, there's one of those doors with the weird thing that juts out into the middle.
Yeah.
Very
like,
inefficient.
Scotty has just told them that because of the time travel, the dilithium crystals are out of juice.
Yeah.
And
They got 24 hours.
and Kirk's like, how do we fix them? And Scotty's like, we can't. We don't know how. But Spock is now saying, actually, in the 20th century, stupid humans had these things called nuclear reactors, and we can steal some energy from a nuclear reactor and recharge the dilithium, refuel the dilithium crystals. And Spock's saying, well, since we're going to San Francisco anyway, since we know that that's where the whales are, they usually can be found on like battleships. Like
Now it's a
naval
road trip
battleships.
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's a little bit of anti-nuke stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some anti-military stuff in here, which is great. Fun.
And also, I think there's some fun scenes where Bones is at a hospital and he's like,
There, at the end, that's really fun too.
The computer.
He makes fun of how primitive 20th century medicine.
yeah,
is.
he just randomly goes in and starts curing some people of like cancer and stuff.
So what they've really, exactly right. She's like, I grew a new kidney. I grew a new kidney. Doctor gave me a pill and I grew a new kidney.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's a really funny scene.
I love it.
This is a great movie, by the way, in case we haven't made that clear. This is a wonderful, charming, funny romp of a movie.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun.
Yeah, I wonder if like this movie had been like the first Star Trek movie, like if it had like the somehow it would have grown a bigger.
Wait, what's he reaching for in his kimono?
He's ripping off a strip to cover up his ears.
Oh no! This is where he gets. He turns into he's going 80s.
Yeah.
Right
Hare
here,
Krishna.
Karate Kid, man.
Yeah.
Karate Kid or Hari Krishna, one or the other.
Yeah.
He's more of a Hari Krishna, I think.
Yeah. It's such a comfy looking like.
Terry Cloth.
See, look at that! Look at how charming DeForest Kelly is in that little moment. Like, this is a wonderful, fun movie to watch.
They all look like they have a little too much makeup on, though.
Yeah.
Like the rouge and the...
I think there's just
Maybe.
like middle age and trying to look a little younger. I mean,
This is a heist movie.
we can't all look
This
as
movie
good
is-
as you, man. I mean,
movie is-
Jesus Christ, you're 67 and you look like you're 28.
Oh, I hate looking at men.
I know, Jesus Christ.
Thanks.
What do you got?
Terry.
6% body fat, you son of a bitch.
I'm half and half.
Half what and half what? What do you mean you're half and half?
You know, like a good creamer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's
I don't-
okay.
Yeah. We're
So
I'm feeling
this
it.
movie is a little Ocean's 11-y. Like they have
There's a capery.
it's a capery kind of thing. Like so there are essentially three things that
None of
they
those
have to
trash
have.
cans have lids. God damn it.
right.
So Kirk has divided the gang up into three teams because there are three things that they have to do. They have to find and get the whales. They have to build the tank to hold the whales. They have to recharge the dilithium crystals. Those are the three things that have to happen in this movie. So they've landed the ship.
Yeah, but
We're
it's
smack
cloaked.
in the middle of Golden Gate.
But the ship is cloaked.
Ship is
Aaron.
cloaked, Aaron.
The ship is cloaked.
Except for when they open the door, and then everybody can see inside.
Got it.
So they're having their close encounter.
This is a very close encounter as the moment.
These sanitation engineers having a
Sanitation engineers.
shared hallucination.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Wait, where's that guy going? Oh, he's gonna
He's the one
still
who
get on the
stands on the
side.
outside.
He's gonna keep to
place.
the. He doesn't. He can't get in the passenger side. Jesus.
Well, they found a nice fridge that they want to bring home, so they put it on the.
Now that guy's
passenger
been
seat.
replaced with a claw.
See, that's a little funny joke. Everybody remember where we parked.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. That's a very San.
So now here it comes. Now we're about to get
Into-
some real San Francisco in the 80s.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
it.
Watch this cut. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there was
my
the windshield.
God.
I've been to that one.
Duncans is laughing. Right.
Oh my God. Look at him across the street.
Hey, why don't you where you going, dumbass?
This is funny. Kirk tells him to fuck off.
Double dumbass to you. I always love that double dumbass.
Yeah, double dumbass on you is a
Yeah.
funny line.
Yeah.
I love the little conversation that him and Spock have about cursing later on in
Yeah.
the movie.
Oh yeah. There's like, oh yeah, because this is the height of the Cold War here.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
These guys look like they're ready to go to a Star Trek convention.
They do. They look like
Losers.
cosplayers.
but not particularly good ones.
No.
And you know why they did that? So they didn't have to put his ears on the whole time. Jesus.
God.
Yeah, Nimoy's like, I don't want to have to do this every day. Like,
What can I do?
I'll just reach in my robe and pull this strip out.
I actually think you'd look pretty cool with some Vulcan ears, Matt.
yeah. Well, we'll never know. But thank you.
Yeah. We can Photoshop it. Let's not, we don't have to do it the hard, easy way.
So Kirk has realized that they're still using money in the 20th century because in the future they've established they don't really use money. So Kirk's like, we need to get our hands on some cash. So he's taken the glasses from Star Trek II that McCoy gave him for his birthday, and he's selling them at the antique dealership.
Yeah.
Which is that creates a little bit of a time paradox, but
I'm
what are you gonna do?
confused. Aren't they from the future?
The glasses themselves,
We're like a real ancient.
yeah, they were like antiques that Kirk's collects antiques, and so Bones had given him these antique glasses.
Gotcha.
So they've managed to get themselves a little bit of cash, walking around money. Look at the hair on that lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at her.
And the pleats.
Jesus, she's so happy to be in this movie.
She's like, I'm in a Star Trek.
She doesn't even know what a Star Trek is.
I remember feeling like my bangs couldn't move in the 80s.
Yeah,
Like,
well, it
I
was the
sprayed
era
that
of
shit.
hairspray.
Yeah.
Like,
You
a
got
lot
you
of
got
hairspray.
some of it up. You had to put some of it up, and then you had to have some of it down, and then all of that had to get locked down.
Ooh, a whale couple.
Yeah, it was. When you're looking through my
Hairspray.
high school yearbook. I graduated in 92, but 92 was still kind of the 80s.
Yeah.
Like,
It was still big hair time.
it was still big hair time.
Especially
still
in
smell
places
that
like
firm
Fresno.
The
and-
girls, yeah,
It
where
still
it's
smells
you're
like
always
cat piss at the
you're
mall.
always 5 years behind.
Yeah.
whatever's
Yeah.
actually happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can when you look through my high school yearbook, you see a lot of girls who were still rocking the big hair
And the bangs.
and the acid
yeah.
wash jeans, stone
yeah.
wash jeans.
It was a very unattractive
It was
time.
really bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
a lot of fabric.
It was a lot of bad stuff.
It was a
I
lot
do
of
kind of
big
miss.
hair.
I do kind of miss boxy, oversized suits, just because as a fat man, I would like to have a big, boxy, oversized suit.
Yeah.
I would like the era of skinny things
To end.
go
to
away.
end,
Yeah.
and a return to boxy as a style choice.
Yeah.
I keep
It'll
thinking it's
happen.
going to happen, and it just hasn't happened yet.
It will. I think it will.
It will. Everything comes back
Everything
around.
comes.
Yeah, although the 90s came back around, but it's like it is more tailored than the 90s were.
Nuclear.
He says Wessels. I like that they in the captions they changed it to Wessels.
So the joke here, of course, is that it's the height of the Cold War,
And he
we
sounds-
hate Russia right now in America. And there's Chekhov standing on the streets of San Francisco saying, "Can somebody tell me where the nuclear vessels are?" And the story goes, and I don't know how true this is, but the story goes that these people that they're talking to were just
Real?
random people
Oh.
that they did not tell them that they were in a movie.
The camera does seem kind of far away. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
it was just them like randomly asking strangers where
Here's
the
the
nuclear
punk
vessels
time.
are. So here's the punk.
yeah. He's like
And he's playing
great.
his music really loud.
He's playing his music really
I
loud.
remember
And
catching
I will
an
just
occasional
briefly describe the song to you, Erin. It goes like this. And I hate you, and I berate you, and I say screw you too. That's how the tune goes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice knowledge.
Spock's like, I'll take care of this.
Mohawk. God.
What's funny about this is everybody on the bus claps. Like, they don't know what he just did. Like, for all they know, Spock just murdered that guy.
We're all for
But
it.
they're all just like, whatever. At least the
They're
music
annoying.
stopped.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't understand why the music would have stopped either, because it does like stop when he does that.
His head falls over and bangs onto the
Power
onto the
button or
power
something.
button on
Yeah.
on the boombox.
And they're riding on
Remember
the,
boomboxes?
Yeah.
Golden State Bridge.
Now I do.
I love a boombox.
Yeah. They had a certain look, and that size was intimidating.
Yeah.
It's definitely a street presence.
Yeah.
I love that they're
I would never walk down with one.
So now they're talking about Kirk's swearing, and Kirk's saying that's just how they talk around here.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to say fuck every other word, or else no one pays any attention to
That's
you.
right.
It's all very silly and charming and lovely.
And it's so of the time and that place.
It's
So the Cetacean Institute
Of Sausalito.
of Sausalito
Their first trip to the past.
is actually
yeah.
the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Yeah.
So if you've ever been to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, you
I
will
have.
recognize these scenes.
And that's
There's Kirk's girlfriend in this movie, Dr.
Oh, yeah. I
Jillian.
recognize her.
Her name is Catherine Hicks. She was the mom on Seventh Heaven,
Yes.
which is our second Seventh Heaven
Yeah.
alum to appear in Star Trek. Because Stephen Collins was in Star Trek One.
this one didn't abuse children.
This one is not a pedophile.
Says you.
Well, it says everyone actually. There's no one who's not saying she's not a pedophile.
Yeah.
Her record is spotless in that
Started
area, as far as I know.
Yeah.
You're just trying to stir up some
unless you
shit.
have some new information.
You're like,
Aaron.
maybe she is. How do you know?
Yeah.
Do they get
And
together?
then Warped was sued out of existence
Yeah.
for slandering the name of Catherine Hicks. Her name is Jillian in this movie.
Do they get together? Her and Kirk? Or
It's
they're just hanging out?
they have a flirty thing, but they don't ever actually hook up.
Oh, okay. So no past child.
No, there's no past child in this one.
But they're. I'd like to think in the deleted scenes.
He does have a type, though. He's in a.
So now we're getting a little bit of the message moment of the movie. They're showing footage of
God.
whales being killed and hunted. And she's like, she works there. She's giving the tour, and she's sort of making the point that these animals are
Wow, that's brutal footage right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the way it actually is, dude.
Oof. Wow.
And she loves the whales. Like, that's her whole deal. She's very good in this movie, I think. It's a really good performance.
Wow, they cut open really easily. They're like made of paper or something.
It's like God intended them to be cut open, and
It's like when you have a really sharp knife, they just split right open.
Yeah, you have to have a really sharp knife. Everybody knows that.
Okay. But does she teach the controversy in this movie? Or it's like, okay, yes, I get that they're super delicious. I get that they make really awesome perfume.
Yeah.
Has it gotten any better since 1986?
Yes, it has. The whales are in much better shape now than they were.
I think certain species have done a lot better, particularly like humpback whales.
Are they not hunted as much?
That was completely a CG whale. In there.
I think it might have been animated, actually. I think it might have been hand-drawn.
Yeah, you might be right. It was
like Free Willy.
No, that's a robotic
That
whale.
was a robotic tail.
Yeah. Yeah. But I liked it.
Why are you laughing? I don't like it when you laugh after I say something and I don't know why you're laughing. And I wasn't trying.
You were
to be
making
funny.
a joke.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be funny.
I was just showing observation.
I was just like making an observation.
Yeah, you're like
so
making
sure of yourself. You're like, that is a robotic tail.
There are no real whales in this movie.
Yeah.
Look at that whale, Erin.
Yeah.
Tell us that's not a robotic whale.
Yeah, that was so fucking robotic. But I like the thing that you thought that could possibly be.
That's not even the point. I just like how sure Matt was.
Yeah, well.
I have seen this movie a lot of times, dozens probably. Mm-hmm. So I feel fairly confident in my expertise when it comes to this film.
Yeah, I just think I could tell a difference.
If you
between
want to question my cred, go ahead.
yeah.
But
no,
I've got the receipts.
Yeah.
Was that?
Stop making me think about the taxes I have to do. Jesus.
I love that there's a...
Can you write off the $800 umbrella that broke as some sort of like hazard act of God?
Yeah,
like,
Jesus.
There's like a boat captain in the group, and he's wearing
this is such
his
a
uniform.
random. This like, group is so like too.
Is that nuns?
Yeah, there's a couple of nuns.
There's a boat captain.
They're like.
There's some people from the future. I mean, it's got everything.
I guess
Sailor.
it makes Spock and his crew less conspicuous.
It's because
Some Japanese.
there's just a couple of everything in this movie. In this tour
Old
guide
lady.
group.
When was the last time you saw a nun in her like fresh
Habit?
gear?
Ooh, that's a sexy looking nun too.
There's Spock.
There's Spock.
He's dived in to swim with the whale.
Damn it, Spock.
You know it's him because of the headband.
Shatter is so funny in this. What the tour guide is saying, like, we don't know what whale song mean. We don't understand what it is. And the old lady's about to say, maybe they're talking to that man.
Uh-oh, you're busted.
She says, what the hell, right in front of the nun.
That is like one of the most memorable like expressions of Kirk in the history of
the hand on the face.
like
is so,
more than even like than him saying Khan. Like that is like such a memorable moment to me.
It's such a zoinks kind of emote. You know what I mean? Like it's
He's like all dry.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So Spock mind melded with the whales. That's what he was doing in there.
There was some accidental insertion.
And there may or may not have been accidental insertion. I can neither confirm nor deny.
There was that guy who made love to dolphins.
Yeah.
Or he allowed them to make love to him.
Wait, what?
Which one was it? You don't know?
Yeah.
There was the guy who I think got sexy times with some dolphins.
Was that man you, man?
How would that even? How would you even?
It's okay.
I didn't ask.
I mean,
too
just
many
logistically, I
Okay.
have some questions.
Is it a male man and
I
a
think it's
female dolphin?
I think so. Yes,
No,
I think so.
They don't have.
I don't know, man.
It's true. I'm gonna look this up right now. Are you
right.
telling me that?
He's going to do a real-time correction.
Is it a real-time corrections corner?
Oh yeah.
No.
Speaking of which, if you have some, we should
ready?
egress this sucker.
How long has it been? How long's the movie been on?
I have no idea, but the recording has been going for an hour and 4 minutes.
A chat with Malcolm Brenner, man famous for having sex with a dolphin.
Famous, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did he film it?
A review of The Shape of Water from a guy who had sex with a dolphin.
I don't want to hear
Say
what
no
he
more.
thinks about Shape of Water.
Turn your phone off.
Michael
Turn
Brenner?
your phone off.
I had sex with Dolly the dolphin in year-long affair after she seduced me.
I like his blaming
That fucking whore.
I know.
Okay, keep your phone on.
Yeah.
Keep your phone on.
You redeemed it, man.
Yeah.
You won it back right at the end.
There's a reason they call it a blowhole.
Boy.
Jesus Christ. Jeez.
I'm surprised you guys never heard of that.
Yeah.
Grumble.
Me too. I'm disappointed in myself.
That does seem like the kind of story you would know.
Yeah, I want Minh to read everything that he can.
In that voice.
It's like suddenly you want to read a 300-page book by that guy.
Yeah.
In the Michael Brenner
As soon as you
voice.
finish the Andrew Ridgely bio,
Yeah,
you're
as soon as I get
you're
through
going
that.
straight into Dolphin Fucker.
It's called
love story.
It's called Rape by Animals, and it's just a series of animals he has sex with that completely seduce him.
called She Seduced Me.
Yeah,
The Dolphin Fucker story.
yeah. Minding my own
You make
business.
You make it sound so
I don't even know how I found myself in the water.
Yeah. She said, "Drink this," and I was like, "All right."
I found myself in the water.
Man, that really took a turn.
I didn't even know I could swim.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes,
They've managed to find the nuclear vessels.
that's right. Aircraft carriers.
Very exciting. And this is a great little moment. It's called the Enterprise, the ship that they found.
That's cute.
It's very sweet.
I like the teams that they got separated into. It's,
Yeah,
Kirk
this
and
movie
Spock.
is good in the sense that the secondary gang, Uhura and Chekhov and those
get
guys,
cool things
who
to do.
often don't get much to do in the movies,
They shine.
they all get a lot of moments to have their own storylines and their own moments to shine. It's a very equal distribution of the parts, which usually Shatner, sort of famously was against.
He wasn't against it. He just wasn't for it. It's very different.
What did they all think about Nimoy being the boss man, the director?
Apparently, they really liked it
Yeah.
because they have a long history with him, so they know him very well, and because he's an actor himself,
Yeah, he's been on the other side of the
they
camera.
apparently. I read a couple of interviews about it when we were doing Star Trek 3 a few weeks ago. They all really liked him because he was able to talk to them sort of actor to actor in a way that they understood. And then sometimes directors who don't know what it's like to act maybe don't know how to communicate what they want to actors. But
Plus, he could mind
Nimoy
meld
was
with
good at
them.
it.
So
Yeah, he could mind meld with them as a fellow actor.
I like that he's wearing like an inch heel, like
Yeah.
both of them. Jesus.
I know it's like 7 feet tall.
Well, who's seducing who then? That's what I'm saying. You walk into the water with those heels. I mean,
Walk into the water.
that's like you're basically
A dolphin can't resist.
Yeah, come on.
Kirk has given her this cover story that they are just sort of well-meaning
What?
do-gooders, and that Spock is an ex-hippie burnout. But Spock is incapable of... Vulcans don't lie, right?
Yeah.
Spock doesn't lie. So every time she asks Spock a question about, so I Kirk here told me you went to Berkeley, and Spock's like, nope, did not. And Kirk's like, you're not keeping up the cover story there, Spocky.
Yeah.
She's telling them that the whales, George and Gracie, are going to be released from the aquarium and sent back out to sea, where they will have to sort of fend for themselves.
Yeah. If anybody wanted to kidnap him, that would be a good.
The timing is great.
Yeah.
Kirk even says, this timing is perfect.
Yeah.
They're going to let the whales go. We'll beam them up. Everybody's happy.
It'll be Sushi Sunday. Oh shit! We got to save them from the for the probe. Damn it! I mean, Sushi Tuesday then.
She's smart enough to understand that they are not who they are claiming to be.
The Japanese are into sharks, not whales, right? Or do they?
No,
hunt
whales.
as
They
well?
love whales too. Love
Remember, there was that restaurant in Santa Monica that got closed down because
It's served
they
whale.
were just serving whale on the D-Lo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's a rumor.
Okay, Spock just said Gracie is pregnant because he learned it during the mind meld. But she's like, how the hell
he learned
do you
it
know
during
that?
the mind meld.
Or during the accidental
He's
insertion.
like, yeah, exactly. It's like, who do you think the dad is?
Yeah. Hint, she has a bomb-ass bandana.
Yeah.
Hint. The baby does.
So maybe, Jake, what we'll do is at the end of this scene, which is coming up in a minute, we'll just end the episode and we'll do corrections next week.
Sounds good to me.
Holy shit. Are we getting near the end of this episode?
It
I
feels
think
like
we
it.
are because it's
Yeah.
been almost
We
this
keep
movie's probably
just-
been on for about an hour, and I think it's 2 hours and 2 minutes.
It
long,
doesn't
this
feel
movie,
like it.
so. How long has it been, Jake?
It's been about an hour.
Has it been about an hour? Or has it been more than an hour?
That's all I.
All I can tell
Wow.
you. We don't have the exact
We
time.
miss you, Shawn.
Normally, when you push record, it gives you a timer.
Yeah, but we started way before we actually started the movie, so...
We talked for about 5 minutes before we started the movie. But
About 35 minutes.
no, it wasn't that long.
Oh.
So this
Let's
is team...
let's stop.
stop.
Let's go ahead and stop.
Yeah, because I like this scene.
This is a fun scene.
Yeah, we need
Stop.
to save
Pause.
So I'm pushing pause.
It's paused.
Where are we at?
The
We're at the Plexicorp.
subtitle on screen says there's been an awful mix-up. Scotty and McCoy have gone to get the material that they need to build the whale tank on the Klingon ship. Erin, what do you think so far? We're an hour in.
I'm
We forgot to
enjoying
play
this.
the IMDb rating game.
Yeah.
because-
Oh, yeah, we should do it. Let's do it.
Sean will hate us.
You want to do it now? I can
Yeah,
look it up
let's
real
do it now.
quick. Or do you want to do it? We'll save it for after the
Save
break.
it. I want a crab rangoon.
Okay, I'll look it up during the break. But are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think
Fun.
that's
It's got hair, big hair.
I like that they're on like a
Sexy.
big field trip.
yeah. And I think the reason this movie really connected with non-Star Trekky audiences
It didn't
is
take
that
itself too seriously.
It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a lot of fun, and it's not
They're moving
very-
around.
It's not particularly Star Trekky.
Yeah.
You know, not it's 60-70% of this movie takes place on Earth in the present.
Yeah.
So
Much more
Word.
relatable.
much more relatable.
Yeah.
I think people like
That's why I wondered, like, if this was like an earlier movie, it might have opened up the Star Trek audience a little
maybe
bit
more if it had come earlier in the
But
sequence.
I don't think it could have come earlier. I think that the real Star Trek people needed to get those Star Trek movies out before they could get.
Well,
to
it's
this
the
point.
third part of a 3-part story,
Oh,
so
no.
Yeah, but it's the least connected to those other two parts. I mean, yes, they have a ship. I mean,
Yeah.
just is it the?
I guess you could have devised a way to separate that part of it out.
Yeah,
and-
they could have been coming back from a mission and
Yeah,
had the
you could
exact-
come up with any reason why they would be.
Yeah, I'm just saying this one doesn't really connect the same way, other than the aftermath kind of leads them into, they have the ship with the cloaking, which is nice, and that lets them park in the park in San Francisco.
Yeah.
which I'm surprised no one's like running into it.
There is
just
just
you
wait,
wait,
yeah,
my
yeah.
friend.
It's been too long since I've watched
Jesus.
this.
Just you hold your horses there, sir.
All right.
I mean,
Okay.
you do White Russians and you spill state secrets. It's awesome.
I mean, the time has just zipped right by.
Yeah, it's great.
So I guess we'll save all the other stuff we have for next week.
Oh my God, this was almost over. I mean, I miss Shawn, but
You don't miss the space he took up.
know.
But man,
I'm
I am
like-
sprawled out
yeah,
like Al
I'm
Bundy on my on the
so
couch, and just
Ow.
like Jesus, this is
Yeah.
the least sweaty my balls have been after an episode, and that's saying something.
Well, on that note,
We do miss you, though, Sean.
yeah, we do.
I'm
That's-
sure wherever you are, you're smelling great.
Yeah,
thank you all very much for listening. You can tune in next week for part 2 of Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. You can follow us on Instagram at Warped Podcast, on Twitter at Warped Trek. You can follow me on Twitter at Host Warped. You can follow Minh. Do you want to promote your thing?
Sure. Matt, Shawn, and I, we play in a D&D game that's called Strato Mojado. It's available on Apple Podcasts. You can look that up, Strato Mojado. We also for these upcoming episodes, we have videos of us playing at Butcherbird Studios available on YouTube. So search Strato Mojado or Wet Maynard on YouTube.
Nice.
Go to Apple iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe. Go to patreon.com/warp to give us money. And until next week, my name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
Philippe.
Erin! And I'm Minh Win.